This segment is sponsored by iChiro Clinics. For a lot of people, summertime is active time. You're doing all the things you love to do, gardening, golfing, bicycling, unless you're not, because your body hurts. Dr. Michael Kwast often sees people for the first time when they're having trouble doing what they love. He joins us now to talk about improving sports performance, doing the things you love, and doing it well. Hi, Dr. Kwast.
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you.
You
Let's
too?
talk about sports. And we have touched on this in the past. Chiropractic care can help improve performance for athletes, whether you're just some duffer who likes to get out on the course or a professional athlete.
Yeah, for sure. Most people don't think about chiropractic in particular. They just think of like when their back hurts or something like that, but they're not thinking sports performance and they're not thinking, life performance. And that's what we talk about all the time because we find when we can help people have better mobility, better range of motion, they perform better. We have research showing too, if you were getting adjusted, you can actually have strength increases. So there was a study they did. They looked at people's strength and then they adjusted them and then they retested their strength and they were stronger. Same with reaction times. Reaction times were faster after they got adjusted. And people are like, well, why is that? And what we're looking at are some of the technologies to stimulate the mechanoreceptors, which are little receptors in the muscle that tell your brain what's happening. And when your brain says jump, it sends a message to all those muscles. And the quicker and faster and more coordinated that is, the more impactful your jump will be.
Hence your performance improved. There are tools and techniques that get results. Talk a little bit about the technology and the technique.
Yeah, we use a lot of technology. In fact, we're what's called a Pro Adjuster Center of Excellence. So Pro Adjuster is one of the instruments that is available to be able to use to stimulate these mechanoreceptors. So thinking that your back, that you have to be like have your back like popped out, popped in, that's really not how it works. It's all muscle. And so working on these muscles is really the key. And so when we're looking at trying to improve people's sports performance, these tools we have, you don't have to be twisted and turned. We can actually just use these instruments and stimulate those receptors in the muscle, make the muscle relax, let go, make its communication with the brain better, so that then you have a better performance. And performance is, I always talk about in sports, it's a game of inches. Little bits of improvement make the difference between your kid getting a scholarship and your kid not getting a scholarship. And why wouldn't you do everything in your power to try and give them every advantage and edge as possible?
Not everybody's an athlete, but when you talk about increased reaction time and better mobility and the stretch, this is regular people stuff too, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you see it. Anybody who has, face it, as we get older, we're all getting stiffer and tighter. There's no escape of that. However, if we're working to try to counteract that and keep people's mobility and keep their reaction times better, you're going to do things that help. Less falls. When you stumble, you're more likely to catch yourself if you have better mobility. You're going to be more active, do more things, which is just a better quality of life. And like, who doesn't want that? Our problem is nobody knows that's what we do, which is why we have to come on your show and talk about it, because people don't even know. They're just in the dark. And it's sad because there's so many people that could be doing better. They just don't know it. And especially in the sports arena, there's so many people that could be playing better, having fewer injuries. They just simply don't know what to do, or because they're not hurting. And this is the big one. They're not hurting, so they think there's nothing that needs to be done. But we have plenty of asymptomatic athletes that we've worked with, and they have improvements in their performances when we're using some of these tools and devices to get those receptors working better in their body, making the muscles work better.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they know it now, Dr. Kwast. And let's tell them, for more information or to book an appointment with the iChiro team, visit iChiroclinics.com. Good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.